G'day YouTube, how you going? So I thought I'd make a quick video about this bottom deck that I built. Just check it out, will you? How gorgeous is it? Well, not really. When I did it, it was beautiful. This timber is called Merbo. It's this really nice reddish colour timber that we use here in Australia. And at the time when I built it, it looked incredible, especially when it was wet. It had this real gloss to it. I think I've got a photo or two. I might see if I can pop it up. But it was amazing. But if you don't actually do anything after, I'd say, a year or so, it starts going this awful grey colour. And anyway, I think I built this probably 2.5 years ago. So it looks terrible, as you can see. So what I'm planning on doing is actually oiling it with a stain oil, or I'm not sure if it's an oil or if it's an oil with a stain in it. I think that's what it is. But yeah, that's what we're going to do, or at least what I'm going to do. The main reason I think a lot of people choose to paint their decks, even if they're this expensive kind of timber which I used, a lot of people still choose to paint them like a solid colour, which I think is just ridiculous. It's just a waste of this beautiful timber. But the reason they do this is because of the expense involved in buying this stain oil product. And I remember actually asking a couple of old school builders a while ago what they use, and they came back and they said, well, we use this product called Intergrain. And so I went to Bunnings and I went into the paint section and I found this Intergrain. They actually told me that it lasts a lot longer than normal stains and oils. It lasts a couple of years more before you actually have to redo it. They said you have to redo it quite a lot. And that's another reason why people choose to paint, just because they couldn't be bothered restaining every few years. But they did tell me you'll still have to do it, but this Intergrain product seems to last a lot longer than most other products. So yeah, I went to Bunnings and I had a look in the paint section and I found this Intergrain, and it was about, I think it was around $250 for maybe a 10-litre tin. And I was like, oh man, I want to use this, but I'm not paying that much. So what do you think I started doing? Well, because I go to the dump a lot, I started going into the paint section. And every time I'd go to the tip, I'd go to this paint section, and every now and then, maybe every, second time I went, I'd find a tin of this stuff. Well, at least the dregs, just what was left over after somebody bought it and used it on their deck. And check this out. This is probably, all of these tins, they're 10-litre tins, most of those, apart from the top ones. I've pulled these out of the tip. And yeah, so these are people who have bought this stuff to do their deck. And if you lift each one of these up, some of them are like a half a tin full, some are a third of a tin full. I think I even got one once that was about 90% full. So people are actually buying this stuff, just using, what they need, and going, oh, well, I don't really feel like storing it, let's just peg it. So they take it back to the tip. So, and yeah, well, I'm happy they do that because I get free, very expensive Intergrain oil / stain. And I feel like I'm doing the environment a bit of a service as well, because I was talking to the blokes that actually look after the paint shed, and I said, what do you do with all this paint? Because, after a weekend, there is hundreds of tins, and they say, oh, we just take it out the back and tip it into a big hole. It basically goes into landfill, which I couldn't believe when I heard that. But yeah, I guess what you can save going into the environment, like, just pouring it down the drain like that, pouring it into the dirt, is a good thing. So I'm glad that I can, do my bit. So what I thought we'd do, and the reason I'm making this video now is because I've got too many tins and I'm finding it difficult to store them. So I think what I'm going to do is actually do an uncanning. I won't take the lids off all the way. I'll just you know, take them off so that they're loose, and then I'll bring the camera back and we'll just have a quick look and have a look inside and see how much we've got in each tin. And also to make sure that it's not full of, you know, junk like terps or I remember once I had one big tin and I thought, wow, this is heavy, this is really full, and it turned out to be like water and Coke bottles and other crap. So we'll just make sure that that's what we're not going to get, and we'll kind of transfer it and see into, you know, 1 or 2 tins and see how we go. Oh, and by the way, this here, this is this pile here is Merbo. That's what my deck's made out of, and that's what I'll be using. But this bunch over here, it's exactly the same stuff, but it's a natural stain, which is quite beautiful as well. I'd like to keep a tin on hand, but I normally give you know, this away to friends, and also my dad, who looks after my sister's rental property. He likes using the natural, but yeah, we'll kind of combine it all and see what we come up with in the end. If you want to get an idea of what the Merbo looks like once finished, that's what we're going to be painting. And this is a staircase, and my ballast rails up the top there, I did those, I think would have been at the beginning of last year, so they've been up there for easily, you know, a year and a half, and they've done very well. But having said that, this side of the house doesn't really get any sun. But if we go up these stairs that also need a good painting, I'm actually going to do these black. But if we go up here and have a look at this landing, this is also being done, and I gave this about 4 coats. You can actually see that that's actually faded quite a bit, a fair bit. And if we have a look over here at a part that doesn't get any sun, I don't know if you can see, but this is still quite glossy and got a nice sheen to it. So yeah, this here, it does get the sun, a lot of sun. So, but anyway, let's go back down the stairs. I'll go and get my screwdriver or something to jimmy open these tins. Oh, check this out. I found this at the tip. Been wanting one of those kind of outdoor heaters for a while, and by the way, I wouldn't use it with this shade cloth over the top. I'll eventually fix this up, paint it, and yeah, make it a goer, get rid of the shade cloth, put a few seats, which you can see here, these beautiful stainless steel seats that I also got from the tip, outdoor ones. I got like, I think I got about 10 or 12 of these, and they're just brand new looking. So yeah, I'll fix this up and we'll put some seats around it, and that's what we'll do. We'll sit around this heater eventually. It's not going to happen for a while, but yeah. Oh, and there you go. See these things? I got these from the tip as well. Someone threw these beautiful ceramic pots out, really big ones. So I've got to put something in there once I've cleaned up this backyard. But anyway, we're getting off subject, so I'll put this camera down and I'll take these lids off, put them in a line, and I'll get back to you. Okay, let's check this out. See what we got here. Okay, so these ones here, they're all the Merbos. So let's have a look in here. That looks pretty good. Actually, how much is in there? So there is 2/3 of a tin in that. That's nuts. That's a 4-litre tin. So how expensive? I can't remember how much the 4-litre tins were, but man, that's not too bad. Let's have a look. So this is a 10-litre. Oh, actually, this is Jarrah. Ah, okay. So this one was a Jarrah. No wonder it looked different, like colour-wise. I would say there would easily be just over 1/3 of a tin there. So if you, let's say a couple of litres at least. We got back to the Merbo. That's interesting. That's Merbo. That colour doesn't look too good though. Let's give it a stir and see what happens. Oh yeah, it's all down the bottom. I think it's gonna, I don't know, we'll have a look. I think it'll come good. I think I can feel it all down the bottom, but I think I need a, you know, a paddle on it at the end of a drill or something. So I might just leave this one here for now. We won't add this one to the other mixes yet, because I'm not convinced that this is actually good. But it could be good. So you can see the colour coming through there now. So let's pull this out, stick it over there. Okay, let's have a look at this one. We just got a little bit at the bottom of that. I'd say there, you can't, yeah, you can see there's not too much in that one, but still, 3. There's a little in there. I'd say maybe 1/4 of a tin in that one. That looks pretty decent. That's Merbo. Look in this one. There would be just under 1/2 a tin in that one there. So I feel pretty confident to actually pour this. Oh, we'll do that after. But let's go back here. So that was a Jarrah. We're not pouring that into anything. We've got another tin here. That's a 4-litre tin. Let's have a look in here. Oh, look at that. That's 3/4 of a litre full, I'd say. Merbo, so that can go in with all of those. You never know, we may get a full 10-litre tin of Merbo out of this. I doubt it though, but I think I may have another tin or 2 inside that I could still add. Okay, so let's have a look at the natural. So this stuff here is the natural stuff. Okay, just needs a bit of a stir, but there you go. That's just over 1/2 a tin in just that one alone. I'd say 1/4 of a tin in that one. Same with this, 1/4 of a tin. Natural. And this one here we got a bit more, so we've probably got I'd say over 1/3. Actually, there's just under 1/2 a tin in that one there. But we've also got these 2 here. So these are natural as well. But I've looked at the labels on these and they're slightly different. It actually says improved formula. So it's probably going to be okay to mix in with all the rest of them. But I thought I'd just leave these. We might actually just add these 2 together. So in that one there we've got just under 1/2 a tin, and this one here, oh look at that, there's almost there's over 1/2 a tin. So we'll add those 2 together and we'll get a full tin of that natural. So we'll literally get 2 tins of natural Intergrain Ultradeck out of just the natural colour. which is amazing when you think that's $500 worth of stain slash oil. And this Merbo, we will probably get a full tin, but I'll set you back on the camera and we'll start pouring. Catch you in a bit. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Okay, so we got a full, almost a full tin of a 10-litre tin of Merbo. This is what I'll be using for this 6 metre by, I think it's 2 metres, 12 square metre deck. That should do me quite nicely. But having said that, I've still got a couple of full tins that I've already done this process to, tucked away, so if I need some more, I'll get some more. But there you go, that's about 250 bucks worth of free deck stain slash oil. And over here we have a completely full tin of Ultragrain, a natural colour. And this one here is probably a bee's dick under half a tin. And it looks like it's a different, very slightly different shade. And there was a couple of tins that were this shade. In fact, it looks more like, it could be that there's more shadow in the tin, but I think it is slightly different. But I put the slightly darker ones in that tin there, which I think were a couple of tins, and yeah, they were both the same shade, so I put them in there. What I'll probably do is maybe, you know, mix them all together, and yeah, you won't notice a difference there anyway. So that's 1.5 tins there, and this one here was, remember that looked like it was the the newer formula, the improved formula. So we've probably got, I'd say, 2/3 of a tin here. There's a couple of little skin membranes still floating in there. I think I'll leave them in there. But yeah, that's not a bad score. So what are we looking at? 250, 250. Let's say 250 for these two. Put those together. 750 bucks just in these tins here. We go over here. This one here, I'm going to toss this. I'm not even going to try and bring this back. I'll dump that. And this jarrah, we got yeah, we got what would we say, 1/3 of a tin in that. So that's not bad. That's like 800 bucks worth of free stain. And yeah, anyone can do this, by the way. Like, they don't really give a shit. Well, they don't kind of, you know, stop you if you're pulling paint out of the shed. But they should. Well, you never know. I shouldn't say that. They don't stop me. But then again, I'm very discreet. I do it so that no one sees me. But yeah, you're saving the environment. You're saving some money. Oh, check this one here out. I forgot about this one. This is a... Oh, let me put this over here. This is virtually full. This is almost full. I don't even know what this is. It's Feast and Watson Wet Look Deck exterior timber finish. I like the sound of that, the wet look. It must give it like a bit of a glossy finish. But check this out. Look how much is in there. I didn't even have to do anything to that. Somebody literally paid whatever you'd pay for that. I'd say it'd be virtually the same as what that stuff costs. Yeah, and they just used like, oh god, what would that be? 1/4 of the tin? They used 1/4 of the tin and they tossed the rest. So, to be honest, I'd like to see what that looks like on the deck. There you go, guys. Oh, the other thing is, this is pretty cool as well. So, what I've discovered with this Intergrain products, they make all this other stuff, like deck cleaning products that are specifically for morons like myself, who let their deck get to this stage before oiling it. And this is one of them here. This is called Timber Cleaner Reviver. And this stuff is ridiculously expensive as well. I mean, man, there's no way I'd be buying it. It's very expensive, but look how much is in there. That's coming up to about there. But come with me, check this out. I'm sure I've got some more stuff just in here. We go in here. There we go, up there. Check that. Deck Clean. That's not Intergrain, that's a Cabot's product. That's a full, that hasn't been opened. Oh, there's some more natural. I might actually grab that while I'm here. I'll grab that. But yeah, I've got 2 of these deck cleaning things in here somewhere, so I'll probably use that and clean my deck down first. Oh, here we go. Intergrain Timber Cleaner Reviver. Look at that. It hasn't even been opened. I mean, it's still completely full. It's going up to the top of that handle. That's nuts. And that's ridiculously expensive. I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, you never know what you're going to find in there. There we go. There's some more stains that I've got. Oh, look, here we go. Down here. Some more. I think this is the Cabot stuff, yeah. Deck Clean. So this is what you're supposed to use before you paint your deck, like I was saying. There's one, another one that comes up to there, 2, and we got that one up there, 3. So yeah, it's going to look awesome when it's done. I don't know if I'm going to do it in this video or a separate video. I'd probably do a separate video, but we'll see how it turns out with that deck clean and this free oil / stain stuff. And yeah, anyway guys, hope you've liked this. Thanks for watching. See ya. Alright, decking oil. Yeah, there's some Ultradeck. Oh, looks like they've changed the tin. What do we got here? Merbo. It's a 10 litre tin. $235. Natural. $235. And this is that East and Western decking oil. Where's the wet look? I can't find it. But it's 214, 214, 214. So it's expensive stuff. But that's what we're here to see. Merbo, 10 litres, Ultradeck, $235 for a 10 litre. How good is that? I almost forgot the deck clean. Deck clean, $41. This is the Intergrain. The Intergrain stuff's heaps, is a fair bit more. $65. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, so I got a couple $100 worth of that for free as well. See ya.